Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's Frame Your Best Shot, where we are with the one and only Tara Whitney. Tara, how are you?
What's up? I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm so glad that we can have you on the show today because we were in LA a couple months ago, and what happened?
Oh my gosh. So you guys got here, and my son fell and managed to, well, we thought that he broke both of his arms. So in the span of the time that it happened and the time that we found out they weren't actually broken was when our shoot was supposed to happen, and my life just kind of, fell apart. I was doing doctor's visits, and I couldn't swing it. It was really bad timing, and I felt so bad. And I wanted to do it so much, but
I know
I had to deal with the house and the kids, and it didn't work.
Sister, I'm a mom. I understand, but you were so sweet to even try. But I tell you what, we are gonna come back to LA, and I promise you, we're gonna call you. So
Good. I'm glad.
So
Thank you for having me today.
Yes, no, thank you for taking some time. So Tara, I want people who don't know you, and if they don't know you, shame on them. They should, because you are awesome, and I mean that with all sincerity. You're just so personable. I feel like even just these first 5 minutes of talking to you, I feel like we're already buddies. So I want people to get to know you. Tell us about you as a person before we even jump into photography. Who is Tara Whitney?
All right. I am a 34-year-old mom of 4. I'm married to my high school sweetheart and still very much in love.
Cool.
We live in Orange County, California, and our kids are 15, 13, 11, and 8.
Wow.
I have 2 girls and 2 boys. My oldest daughter is actually undiagnosed. We like to say she's autistic-like because nobody really knows what she is. So we deal with that on a daily basis, which can be difficult, but we do our best.
Yeah.
And that's me, pretty much in a nutshell.
Wow.
That's my main focus in life, is my family and my home and what's going on here. I really want to put out into the world 4 really amazing humans. That's my main goal. And photography is just kind of like my, the icing on top, I guess.
Right. Well, I think that's why everyone can relate to you, because you are a mom. You do have teenagers. You have a special needs child, and you have amazing style in your home. So all of us are just kind of flies on the wall, and you allow people to be involved in your life. And I think that's just amazing that you do that.
It means a lot to me too, because I think that, I started blogging when my kids were babies, and I felt very isolated. I think a lot of moms feel that way, and there's this idea that motherhood is perfection, and everybody's, in a glowing little bubble of happiness and love. And it's not, it can be like that, but it's hard. It's really hard work, especially if you're going to do it the right way, or whatever that means,
Right.
when you're really in it, it can be really hard. And so when I first started blogging, I just was trying to kind of create a community, and I wanted to put out there more truth and more, what's really going on in my life, because I know I'm not alone, can't be alone. And so while a lot of people always tell me that I give them something, I get it back tenfold, just knowing that there's people out there that get me and that are, maybe going through the same things.
Tara, what do you feel people are inspired by most with you? I saw with your blog you posted a poem about believing and being yourself, and what do you seem to get the most feedback from, mothers or just individuals, about you and your life?
I think that it's kind of a hard question to answer, because I don't know what I do. It's just kind of me. But I think the thing that I get back a lot is just people appreciate that I tell the truth, and that I'm not just glossing over my life as like, oh, this happy OC photographer who's living the best life,
Right.
I don't want, I go to enough blogs where I don't feel good enough. They make me feel like, oh gosh, what am I doing? I suck.
Wow.
And I don't ever want my place on the internet to be that for someone else. So I think hopefully that's what people can really relate to. Just the realness, that I'm kind of putting it out there. And hoping that people don't think I'm crazy.
No, no. That's what I hope too. Well, no, I can honestly.
A little bit crazy.
Well, if you are a mom, you are somewhat insane. So,
Yeah.
anyways, thank you. Thank you for being an amazing writer and showing us that we aren't alone, because I can relate. I mean, yesterday I had one of those days where kids are nuts and you haven't showered till 3 o'clock, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to work at the same time, and it's hard. It is hard. And that's when I jumped on your blog. And I realized that, wow, I'm not alone. And I jumped on your blog because we're prepping for this interview. So thank you.
Right.
Thank you for being an inspiration to me and to so many people.
Thank you.
So that's you as a person. Tara Whitney,
Yeah.
everybody. Tara Whitney. Then suddenly, you grabbed your camera. When is it that you decided photography is it? This is my calling. This is what I do. When did that happen?
Well, I think, probably a lot of photographers say this, but it happened really young. I was always really into the camera, always begged my mom, can I please have the camera this vacation? Let me be the vacation photographer, when I was in 6th grade. And so it started young. And then in high school, it kind of continued. I loved, just taking pictures and scrapbooking. And I'm just a collector. I just love to keep things and keep memories. And then I had babies young. I was 19 when I started having babies, and we couldn't afford to take them to get pictures taken. And so I just remember being like, gosh, I wish I could do this. Like seeing beautiful photography and thinking, I need to do this. This needs to be happening in my own home.
Yeah.
And so when Nathan, my 11-year-old, was a baby, my husband actually surprised me on Christmas morning. We told each other that we weren't going to spend money, and he did the sweetest thing. There was 3 boxes under the tree. And the first one, I opened it up, and it was a little piece of paper that said follow. And then the next box was a little piece of paper that said your. And then the next box, a little piece of paper that said dreams. And he brings out of the closet a Canon Rebel. Cool. And it was just like the beginning of the end. He signed me up to photography classes at the local college. And that's how it started. I learned how to use a camera. I learned composition and light. And then I just shot and shot and shot and shot. I was out the Walmart 1-hour developing center every 3 days with 4 rolls of film.
Wow.
And that's kind of how it started. And I really just wanted to make beautiful images of my life and my children. So that was definitely the focus at the beginning.
Wow. So you shot with film. You started with film.
I did, and I actually held on to shooting film for a long time. Even when a lot of people were going digital, I was like, no, I'm a film hippie, I'm never going digital. And then my husband got me the digital camera because he's the total gadget guy. Sure. And I realized, wow, this is even better than 1-hour film. This is like instant gratification. And I've never gone back. Wow. I haven't shot a roll of film since, except for like the Fuji and Stax or something.
Right. Are your children artists like you?
They definitely lean towards the creative side, especially the boys, which is a little different because a lot of boys are more sporty or whatever. My boys are a little bit more, creative, so that's nice.
Yeah.
But they haven't found their one little niche yet.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of the beautiful process, right?
Right, totally.
So let's talk about your marketing. It was very cutting edge, and be you, be yourself. Talk about why you chose that. Why is that your whole, something that so many people want to emulate with what you have done. Mm-hmm. Why did you choose that?
When I decided that I was going to do this and have a business, I don't know. I just really wanted it to be real and authentic. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to give people what I would want out of a photographer. And it was something that I wasn't totally seeing a lot at the time, just like about 10 years ago, I guess.
Right.
And one night I was laying in bed and I remembered a poster that my stepdad had given me in high school. It was a poster of like a field of yellow roses, and in the middle was a red rose. And it said, show the world who you are. And I had that hanging in my room. And so it just kind of popped in my head, just be you. And I went from there. It was like perfect. And it's not just my photography motto, but it's also my life motto. So it's very meaningful to me.
Well, and that emulates through your photography and through your writing. And that's why people can relate to you so much. Do you have advice for people who are trying to find that style, or find that, you know, where they fit in this huge photography saturated world?
Right. I think it's hard right now because the market is completely saturated, and there's a lot of people that are copying and just doing what they see. You know, they think, oh, this person is really successful doing what she's doing, I'm going to do that too. Right. And I think that it's a real disservice to you, because the point is to be you. Right. Don't try to be me or try to be someone else.
Right.
Like, that's such a disservice to yourself. You know, you can see things in me that you relate to, or in another photographer that you relate to and that you like. Take that in and turn it around inside and make it something new and fresh, something that you actually feel and see and want. You know, like, just go for it. Be brave. Go for it. Even if you've never seen it out there before, even if it's selective color, go for it. If you love it, somebody else will.
Right.
That's the greatest thing.
Selective color. Got it. Yeah, no, that's great advice, Tara. That is great advice. I've got a few Q&A here. We've got some people that wrote in some questions for you.
Okay.
First one is Daniel Plattner Kinsella. What kind of camera do you use? And I'm sure you get this a ton. What kind of camera do you use, and what's your top 3 favorite lenses that you have?
Okay, I'm still using the original gangster Canon 5D. I haven't moved up to the Mark II. I call it my OG. It's my OG.
Awesome.
So yeah, I'm using that. I'm pretty much going to use that until it turns into dust, I think. Yeah. Because I feel like it's just perfect for me. And then my 3 favorite lenses, I probably actually only have 2. The one that's on my camera, like 90% of the time, is the 2470 2.8 L series lens.
And why do you love that
it? Because when I'm shooting, I don't carry a bag. I just put my camera on my shoulder and shove everything I need in my pockets, because I just like to be very low key.
Yeah.
So having that lens on my camera is perfect because it has a good range. And then every once in a while, when I want to mix it up, or I feel, you know, the urge to play with some 1.2 aperture, I pop on my 50 1.2 and have some fun with it. So those are really the 2 that I use.
Cool.
I have a couple more, but they never seem to end up on the camera. So
yeah. Well, the 24. I mean, obviously, you like to be intimate with your subjects,
yeah,
and that's
totally
the lens.
Like up in the grill. You know, like a lot of people are like, "Whoa, that's too close." It'll be good, I promise.
Well, and that leads us to our next question, because a lot of people would think, "Whoa, she's way too close." But how, the magic question, which Haley McGuire is going to ask for us. I love Tara, she says. How does she so easily connect to a family and help them feel so comfortable? I've never seen a connection like Tara's. She creates beautiful, but importantly, very real moments. How does she do that?
Oh, thank you. This is probably the question that I get asked the most, and it's honestly the hardest for me to answer, because I feel like I kind of need to come out of my body and look at myself to see what I'm actually doing, because I honestly don't know. I don't have a timeline of things that I do every session. I don't have a formula. I think what I do that's different is I really try to see everybody that's in front of me for who and what they are, whether I like them or not. I can always find something that I really like with a client, and luckily, you know, all of my clients are very likable.
Yeah.
But everybody's different, and so everybody needs to be kind of handled a different way, and you need to be able to roll with that and see people for who they are, see the family's needs, see, you know, who might be grumpy, who's not into it, who's really excited, who's nervous, and be able to be everything to those people to get them to relax and open up. And basically, I just really want to get to know them. So I ask sincere questions, and You know, we chat, we laugh, we make fun of each other.
Yeah.
I just try to make it, you know, low key,
Yeah.
really easy.
Well, obviously, let me give my reaction to that question. Damien Damien Lovegrove, who we interviewed last week, he said you can really tell who the photographer is by looking at their images. And I said, well, why? And he said the images are a direct reflection of the photographer. If the people are happy and having fun, that means the photographer's having fun. If people are happy and comfortable, that means the photographer's comfortable. So if people really love your images, that's obviously a direct reflection of you, and that means people really love you. So I think, you know, if that helps answer the question at all, it's a very
That's a really lovely thought. I love that. That's really sweet. I like that a lot.
Yeah. So anyways, food for thought for you.
Yeah.
Josh Solar. Tara, how do you stay awesome 100% of the time?
Oh my gosh, Josh is a friend of mine. He's totally trying to make fun of me right now. Well, Josh, I stay awesome 100% of the time with a combination of prescription medication. No, just kidding. I don't know. I don't know how I stay awesome 100% of the time. I'm trying to be all funny right now, and I can't come up with the thing.
That's awesome. Good one, Josh. We had to put that in there. So last question, Arjun Fino Mignon. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. How do you approach your clients? How do you advertise yourself? And how do you set your rates? That is the golden question. But how would you sum that up? How would you sum that up? I mean, that's a loaded question for sure.
I actually don't really approach clients. My blog is the only way that I'm advertising and putting myself out there. Thankfully, I'm really lucky that I have an amazing readership and amazing people that share me and talk about me. It's really awesome, and I'm so grateful for that, because without it, I wouldn't have what I have. Yeah. So that's, I mean, the blog is it. And then how did I set my rates? I actually have a really smart husband who's kind of a financial wizard. And when I first started this business, I knew I wanted to sell digital files, which at the time was kind of, you know, a lot of people were pissed that I was doing that. They didn't think that it was a good thing for the industry, but I really felt that it was where the industry was going, and it's what I would want, and so it's what I wanted to give. So we needed to make sure that I wasn't selling myself short, and I was putting a fair price, and we just talked about it for a long time and figured out what I needed to make a month and what I thought you know, my work was worth, and what I thought people could afford, and, you know, kind of went like that.
Wow. Thank goodness for smart husbands.
Yeah, he's the second half of Tara Whitney.
Awesome. Okay, Tara, thank you for answering all those wonderful questions. Thank you for sharing you. Let's talk about the photo contest that happened this week. The category was Mankind and Nature. And first of all, tell us about that category. What do you think of that category? What do you think of the submissions that came in?
Oh, I thought they were great. Nature, I think, is amazing. I think we all need it. We all need to be out in nature. It's important. So It was great. The mix of mankind and nature was a great idea.
Okay, cool. And tell us your top three and why you chose them as your top three.
Okay, so do I start with number three?
Sure.
Okay. So the third one was this amazing shot of lightning in the night sky, purple lightning. It was just like, whoa, that's spectacular, lucky shot. So
right, and that's Nick Cardona.
Okay.
And so is that the timing? Is that why you fell in love with that? Just that's a hard shot to get?
Yeah, and just because it was like super impressive, spectacular to have that shot.
For sure, awesome.
And then my second one, there was a shot with a really happy girl in a yellow dress with yellow flowers surrounding her. What was her name again?
So Audrey Choate?
Right, okay. So I loved that shot because we actually have those yellow flowers local to me, and I love them. And I loved the orientation of the shot. I loved her laugh. And she was like kind of pulling the flowers over and looking at the photographer. I just thought it was a really great shot all around.
It seemed very real, very similar to what you try to capture.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was happy, so it was good.
Fabulous.
And the number one, what was the name again?
Drum roll, Jason Saffer?
Yes.
Jason
Okay.
Pepper,
So it's
okay.
just this crazy shot, a horizontal shot with ankles and like Birkenstocks, I think, which is really bad, and a dog jumping in the background. I just saw it. It made me have a really good reaction. I giggled, smiled. It was unexpected. So I had to give it to Jason. So he's the winner.
Congratulations, Jason. Awesome. Yeah, I fell in love with that shot because it takes a very unique eye to go down to those feet and capture a dog in the background. Very difficult or spur of the moment, whatever. So I'm so glad you chose that one.
Quirky and fun. I liked it.
Yes, I love it. Jason, let's see. Jason, yes, congratulations. We are going to send you Damien Lovegrove's Speedlight Mastery video, and thanks for submitting. Congratulations. Let's talk about this week. First of all, you are going to do a giveaway.
Right.
A giveaway from the Tara Whitney. Which what do you want to do?
Well, I thought it might be fun for someone to be able to ask me 10 no-holds-barred questions about my business or my life, and I'll answer them.
And you'll answer them. Perfect.
And I'll answer them.
So, well, and what's interesting about you is that you get, I'm sure, thousands, millions of questions about so many different things, and it's very hard for you to answer them, I'm sure, on a daily basis. So this is a fantastic giveaway that you're giving to other people. So a Q&A with Tara Whitney. And what is the category going to be for this week for the photo contest?
Ooh, we decided that it would be spontaneity.
Spontaneity. Love it. So
just go for it.
Unplanned, be real. Okay, yep. I love it. Frame your best shot, spontaneity. Tara, thank you. Thank you so much.
You are adorable, Melissa.
Thank you. Well, I just love you. I think the world loves you. Continue to be you, and we will continue to be us, being inspired by you. So thank you again for taking the time out of your crazy schedule to be with us.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll just talk soon. We'll give you a call when we come back to LA. How about that?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, Tara, you have a good day. Tell your hubby hi.
I will. Thanks.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
All right, so there it is. Frame your best shot, spontaneity. And next week, we're going to hear from another amazing artist. Good luck, guys.